this is MasterMax88, and welcome back to a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's 2. If you haven't seen my previous video about this brand new sequel to a Fortnight at Frenni Fazclaire's, be sure to take a look at that video. It's going to be linked in the video description as always. The last time I took a look at this visual novel, we got a chance to meet Serafina, who's the manager of this new nightclub, and we also got to meet Chi, which seems to be the best character in a visual novel right now, but there's still a lot to explore, a lot to discover, and a lot of characters to meet, so let's just go ahead and continue from where I left off. And of course, it goes without saying, be sure to support NightFoxWorks if you haven't done so yet. Take a look at his pages to help with all future visual novels, including the continuation of this one right here. So let's go ahead and load where I left off last time. I had a choice to make between Aurora or Roxy. Now, my gut feeling tells me that most of you would like to see Roxy. And if anything, I believe the thumbnail of my last video had Roxy in it, so I should probably go ahead and pick this one here and see what she looks like, or actually, I kind of know what she looks like. What I mean to say is, learn more about Roxy. Let's go ahead and find out more information about her. Using my tablet, I send off a request for Roxy to join me in parts and service. I expect Roxy to show up at any moment, so I wait and wait. An hour and a half goes by before Roxy wanders into parts and service, yawning and stretching. Got a sleepyhead here. You wanted to see me, new guy? Something's wrong? I'm doing system checks on all the animatronics to establish a baseline and handle any existing issues. So I thought I'd take a look at you today. Go ahead and hop in a cradle. I've heard you've been experiencing some issues keeping your batteries charged. Roxy sighs, rolls her eyes, and reluctantly hops into the cradle. It's nothing serious. I just use a lot of energy in my sets compared to the other girls. I've never actually collapsed or zonked out from not having enough juice left. From the looks of it, she can't even open her eyes right now, so it's a little concerning. How much time do you actually spend charging? From the sounds of it, you stay up nearly 24/7. That's just the way it is when you're a rock star. Were I not an animatronic, I'd be pounding energy drinks to stay at high energy all the time. Sounds a lot like me. Sounds a lot like me. Like, you people have no idea how many energy drinks it takes for me to keep up, like, those videos and the streams and all that. Because working a full-time job, studying full-time, and having to do this on top of everything else, yeah, do you need a whole lot of energy? Like, I'm recording this video, and believe it or not, it's actually 4 a.m. It's actually past 4 a.m. So yeah, I really, really feel you on that one, Roxy. She finally opens her eyes. What makes you get into repairing machines like us in the first place? You must have odd taste in women. Calling me out? I wouldn't go that far, but you're also not wrong. I just like the certainty of steel and how simple maintenance can keep you all running nearly infinitely. Okay, I'm not so much into steel. I'm mostly into psychos, but whatever. My tablet beeps to signal that the diagnostic has completed. I scan the screen, then nod. Well, the good news is that your batteries aren't malfunctioning or otherwise showing signs of decay. Your audio suite is also damn impressive. That much high-quality gear must have cost Mr. Black a fortune to install in you. There it is! Finally, the game acknowledges Mr. Black, who's the previous protagonist, so it's good to see him mentioned here. Best that you try and get more regular recharging, and so that you don't literally burn out on stage one night. Roxy doesn't wait for me to tell her to disconnect the cable before popping it free and hopping out of the cradle. See? Told you. Was there anything else you needed? you're free to go. I'll keep an ear out for any battery upgrades for your chassis. Chassis? Chassis. Chassis. Chassis, chassis. Chassis, 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 yeah. Ass. The den stage as a reinforced pole that can be swept in and out depending on the needs of the show. Right now, that show happens to be Aurora's ample assets moving in tune with a bit of high energy music. Well, there she is. There she is. I was hoping you guys would have an opportunity to meet Aurora, who I believe is the last character on the list so far. So far. Right? It's very important to take into consideration that this is only the demo. It is not the full version for Fortnite at Frenni Fazclaire 2. I would have never thought an animatronic could move the way Aurora is had I not trained at the original club. I can recognize Bonfie's teachings anywhere, though Aurora's style is a bit more bold and flashy. The true trick behind Aurora's performance is her electromagnetic powers, which we did see in the previous video. That was mentioned quite a bit. She's able to glue herself to the pole and make movements that friction alone wouldn't support. Conversely, she can also use the pole as a sort of anchor to levitate around gracefully. And also she seems to look like a tiger, right? Some sort of white tiger. Very interesting that we have what appears to be a brand new character, right? Aurora is not something that was taken from FNAF, so this is a brand new character. I love to see it. Much like we had with good old Shark Lady, Levy, right? So it's good to see characters like that. The seated crowd is loving her performance, as am I, though I have to tear myself away for the time being. We'll get to talk to her at some other point, I would think. For now, I want to try and see if what she said about Seraphina is true. I start by looking around the periphery of the main dance floor. No dice. I look up to scan the balcony and still nothing. Or wait, that could be Seraphina there in the far corner. Yes, that's either Seraphina or someone's stolen her headdress. Or a very inconvenient hairdress. Just like she said, Seraphina is leaning against the railing while watching the crowd below. I can't quite make her expression in this light. I would go up and say hello, but the timing just doesn't seem right. I've only just gotten here and cozying up to the boss lady might not be taken all that well. That means it's time to return the parts in service to Tinker. I also sent a request for Aurora to join me after her set is finished for the evening. Well, that's good. I was really hoping to get that in that video. A chance to talk to Roxy and Aurora, because I didn't get to do it last time. She arrives promptly as the club winds down, yawning and stretching like a cat. And there she is. She's the first tiger animatronic that Fazclaire's produce. Meaning she's a prototype and therefore prone to unforeseen problems. You know, I very much love this. I cannot emphasize how much I love the fact that people are creating original characters like that. Based upon different animals too, right? Like we often see foxes, cats, rabbits, but not often do we see tigers like we're seeing here, or sharks, or shoot, like think of all the other animals we haven't seen. Maybe like something crazy like a penguin, why not? Or man, really think outside the box, a frog. There's a whole bunch of animals that haven't been used. A giraffe. That would be kind of weird. I don't know how you make that work, but you got to be really creative with those ones. But yeah, I just love when people think outside the box like that. It's really cool. It's really cool. I did hear that you learned some skills from the master herself, the one and only Bonfie. Let's just say that Bonfie is a strict instructor. She had me doing things with the pole that I scarcely thought possible. And that was only the first day. Jesus. I kept asking if she could just let me copy her subroutines, but all she would say was, you have to learn this by yourself if you're going to put on a show. Granted, I realize now that she was right, but in the moment, it was a rough going. Rough going sounds exactly like Bonfie, alright. I got used to her antics while I was training at the original club. I don't know if any of them spent time with Chiku. I do wonder. I do wonder. I hope it won't take me long to adjust to things here. We're definitely more laid back than the first location. That said, watch out for Chi. What do you mean? What do you mean? Come on, what do you mean by that? Unlike the original Chiku... it didn't take too long for her to mention Chiku. Just as I say it, she's already being mentioned. Our Chiku is like Fexa and Bonfi combined in terms of skills and energy. Oh my god. I did get a taste of that earlier, yeah. She seemed like the perfect bartender who knows exactly how to get big tips. Yep, that's she, alright. Is it just you that does dances, or do the other girls help you if they're free? Depends on the night, really. She is the most available of the other three, while Mia's only open when there's not a bunch of VIPs to hand over. I feel like she would be pretty busy running the bar, so surprising that she's the most available. Roxy is, well, I'd say high is strong. She gets way too deep into work at times, to the point we have to drag her away from the DJ booth every morning. So you perform every night. I wonder if that might be why your coils are out of sync. I'll have to monitor them moving forward. Speaking of, I've heard good things about your chakram routines. Once I'm done here, you'll be able to resume them. That's good. They're kind of my main draw after the whole stripping thing. Though slinging around the chakrams really drains my batteries. I guess it does. Makes sense. As does levitating myself around the pole. I'll have to get used to longer and more frequent recharging again. I do wonder why your model was made with these electromagnetic capabilities in the first place. Trying new things, I'm guessing? You know? It's the only animatronic with it, so maybe they're trying to improve the animatronics. Seems like an odd thing to put into an animatronic in this line of work. I don't see what's so bizarre about it. It's pretty good with the pole. Then again, I suppose Mr. Black has always had his strange ideas since he became the owner of the first club. Oh, okay. So Lilith is the manager of the first club, and Mr. Black is just straight up the owner of the first club. Alright, makes sense. I think I'm about done here, so 2 more softballs before I close you back up. Can I pet you and do you purr? What the fuck? I chuff, not purr. As for petting me, maybe once I get to know you better. No offense, of course. Hey, that is totally fair. So, surprisingly, for us to fix her up, she had to, like, remove her dress and everything, but we didn't have any kind of drawings for that. So, I feel like the game is completely SFW right now. I think the demo is completely SFW, but don't take my word for it. I have yet to play the entire thing, so definitely don't take my word for it. As of now, as of this second, it has been totally SFW. Cheers, Gregory. I'm off to recharge then. Naturally, I return the fist bump with gusto. See ya. With that, I've completed my first full shift at the new club. My god, night 1 really took some time to complete. That really took some time. Nice posters. Nice posters. I'm really focused on those. It was a pain moving everything across the country, but everything is finally where I'd like it to be. However, rather than nerd out over my hobbies, I decided to consult the internet in order to see if there's anything I can order to help out the girls at the club. A workaholic is what we have here. Several items in particular jump out at me. First, there's high-capacity batteries. They're super pricey, but would essentially supercharge Roxy's battery life. How can we help Chi? How can we help Chi? Please answer my question. Second, there's a nice bottle of scotch. Chi probably already has great whiskey at the bar, but this might be a nice personal touch. We're buying that. We're getting the bottle of scotch. We're definitely getting that. Luxury flower hairpin. And it would suit either Aurora or Seraphina. Okay, so we definitely have a choice to make, right? We definitely have a choice to make. I will save here because I feel this will trigger a scene, potentially, with either Aurora, Seraphina, or Chi. But as I've said, my main focus is Chi. So we'll get the scotch. With that taken care of, I yawn, stretch, and fall into a bed of some blissful Z's. I have to wake up a little early to shower and pick up my purchase, but I'm hoping the smile it'll bring will make the lost sleep worth it. I have a feeling it will, and I'm going to continue this video up until we see the result of bringing the scotch over to Chi. I arrived 10 minutes early to my shift. Seraphina is there waiting once more, though she seems far more relaxed than yesterday. Good afternoon, Mr. Wood. I'll never get over that name. I've heard nothing but good things from the girls so far about your first night's performance. I return to my domain in parts and service. The club's open soon, and there's no service requests waiting for me to fix. Let's offer the gift to Chi. Can we do that? I guess we'll have her chance right here, alright? I feel like this is going to be her chance. In the process, I discovered that Chi's desync occurred 3 days after the club opened for the first time. We're still trying to solve this mystery here. Her internal clock hiccuped in a manner similar to a missed heartbeat. That, in turn, disabled the watchdog demon that handles time sync with the club servers. That gives me a thread to follow. I can tell that there was a large amount of data transfer to from Chi during that night 3 days after opening. Okay. Perhaps she was simply overloaded? Even the best machines and servers have limits of how much information they can handle at any given time. It's really odd. Seems Mia's head has gotten stuck to the metal pole in one of the VIP booths. I best grab my toolkit and come to her rescue. My god. As I said before, Mia kind of creeps me out, man. Her whole body can just detach. Alright, let's pick up her head. What the f... Good lord, dude. Good lord. Mia's head is magnetized to the pole that runs down the middle of the booth. One of the VIPs is trying his best to pull it free, but she's stuck. She is properly stuck. If I could shrug, I would. I was walking by this booth when all of a sudden my head flew off and magnetized to this pole. I'm just thankful I didn't brain any of the VIPs. Oh god. That would have been a nightmare. That would have been a bit of a mess. Magnetize. I could simply switch you off to power down the current running through the superconductor in your neck. The only problem is that would shut down the rest of your body. Something to avoid, perhaps. Not if there's a chance I could be offline for a long period of time. Another option is giving that same superconductor a jolt to momentarily disrupt it. Problem there is it could damage the magnet in the process. We'll put that as option B then. Any other ideas? I could degauss the metal pole itself. It would take the most time and effort, but there'd be zero risk to you in the process. Let's go with that then. As you wish. While I set to work, I chat with Mia to pass the time. So are you fully in control of your body when you're detached like this, or is it some kind of autopilot function? I haven't drilled down into your schematics enough to know the difference yet. Both, actually. As long as my body is within signal range, I can control it as if my head were attached. I'm getting some Type 0 vibes from Mia, right? Like, if you've seen Five Nights at Freddy's, you know how Type 0 can just detach her head. This is kind of the vibe I'm getting here. It's very unsettling. Very unsettling. Okay. I wonder why the rest of your body parts didn't get attached to this pole. I should also check if Aurora used this room recently. Couldn't tell you about the first, but the second is easy. Aurora's been dancing all night, so she hasn't left her arena. Trust me. That was the first thing I thought of when I lost my head. Oh, I need some water. Good God. I think I'm feeling a little better now. I got some water, and when you see cuts in those type of videos, it's because I need to stop and get some water. When I'm just reading out loud like this, sometimes it's just hurting my throat. So I need to get water to help with the situation a little bit. Because it doesn't seem like it through the magic of editing, because I make those videos way shorter, but the reality is, it takes about an hour and a half for me to record those videos, sometimes 2 hours. So to read out loud for such a long period of time, it affects me pretty bad. But anyway, let's continue here. I should survive, hopefully. Alright, so did we get our head? I think we did. Please tell me we got our head. Don't thank me yet. Gotta get your head reattached first. Thankfully, just a quick jaunt over to the concierge podium. Despite missing her head, Mia's body has been handling the VIPs the entire time. Oh my god. So you got her... you got the rest of her body answering the clients. That's genius. There we go. Oh, good. Thanks, Gregory. Shame it took so long to get me free. I'm sure you had other plans. Yeah, I want to see Chi. I really want to see Chi, but I feel like at this point, it's going to be another video. Well, whatever the case may be, your next drink's on me. Thanks again. Once I get back to parts and service, I look into Aurora's missing memories. To do that, I have to go through the records on the club servers, cross-referencing what they recorded versus what Aurora's memory banks should have. For the most part, all that Aurora's missed is daily stuff at the club, but what's really interesting is when her memory logs go off mark. Excuse me. It's the same 3 nights after the club's opening, just like Chi's malfunction. Yeah, there's something there. There's something really fishy there. There's something going on here. We'll have to confront Serafina. I just confront her. Confront Serafina. But I'm gonna do that in the next video. Because I've been recording for a very long time. So I'm gonna cut it here. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to talk to Chi as I wanted to. That's gonna have to wait a little bit. But don't you worry. We'll get there. We'll definitely get there in the next video. That's gonna be the main goal. For now... at least you got a chance to meet the rest of the characters, right? You got a chance to meet Aurora and Roxy. And, tell me what you think about those 2 characters. Like, that's pretty much the whole picture when it comes to all the available characters in the Fortnite of Frenni Fazclaire's 2 so far. So far. So, yeah, definitely let me know in the comments which one's your favorite as of now. And, that's about it for my video. I'm gonna wrap it up and, get more water, because I really need to hydrate. Stay hydrated, as always. And you can go ahead and join the Great Legion's Discord server if you haven't yet. You can take a look at my Patreon page to help with all future uploads and all future projects. You can take a look at NightFoxWorks' social media page as well to help with the development of this game and other games he's working on. And yeah, I'm really loving this game so far, but I'm in need of water and also in need of sleep. It's 5 AM as I'm recording this video. Don't do what I'm doing, guys. I don't think it's really healthy. So, definitely don't. But, I don't have time otherwise. So, I gotta do it at 5 AM. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of myself a little bit. You take care of yourself on your side. And I'll see you in the next part. So, until then, as always, take it away.
Yeah!